What is going on, everybody? It's Jacob Doodle here, and we have an amazing guest to do this video with us, this preview, this Canucks preview. How good are the Vancouver Canucks? Canucks Clay is in the house. What's going on, man?
Jacob, congrats on passing 500 subscribers in record time. I saw that, and I'm very happy for you, and I'm happy to talk about this team that we know and love so much.
And I really appreciate that, Clay, and for all the people that have subbed and liked and commented, man, you guys make all the difference in the world. We've been doing content like crazy. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys do, you guys know what to do. But let's get straight into it. It's going to be kind of an interesting season this year. And right off the bat, I wanted to talk about some just quick little news. So with Victor Mancini being called up today by Rick Dollywall, we also had Pierre-Olivier Joseph that was on IR, and we also had Teddy Bluger that went on IR. They're probably going to be around the same amount of time, but it does kind of affect, at least in the short term, how this is going to look. But, of course, we're going to be going into the long term and how this whole season, how good are we, how we're going to do. So, Clay, let's start right off the bat with the top three guys there, Jake DeBrusk, Pettersson, and Besser. What do you think about that top unit? How do you think they're going to be doing this year?
Well, they better do good because basically all our offense is going to rely on them. You know, it's interesting. I know you and I and others, content creators, were debating who's going to play with Pettersson. Is it going to, we know it's Besser, but is it going to be DeBrusk or Kane? Kane's not even on the second line according to this listing. Like, so it's funny how we were talking about DeBrusk or Kane. Obviously, these three blonde guys or brown-haired guys, they're going to go together. And, you know, DeBrusk did okay last year, even though PD had a bad year. Besser did okay last year, even though PD had a bad year. Imagine what it looks like. Obviously, I'm the king of positivity, as are you. If PD has a great year, I'm excited for what these guys can do. And really, these are our three, not only our highest paid forwards, but our three best forwards. So it makes sense that they're together.
I don't know if our community will be able to handle all the positivity that's about to come out from both
I know.
of us.
I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid to look at the comment section, but we'll worry about that later.
And just to let you guys know, this is how I have it set up. Obviously,
Yeah.
Hoglander is on LTIR there, or on IR there. So I just throw him in there just so you guys don't forget him. And these are the projected lines for the first game, but this is just through the practice. Okay, so I guess technically, it could change still before the game, but this is most likely what we're looking at if everything goes as planned. Maybe Carlson slips in there for Baines. Sure. Who knows? Something like that. Who knows? But all right. So with Jake DeBrusk, I agree with you. He was all right last year. He's kind of like a JVR type. He tips a lot of goals out front of the net. That's where he does always, bacon over there, right? That's where he sizzles everything up. And the thing is with Jake DeBrusk, if he just has a good year, I think people would be pretty happy with it. Like, he doesn't have to be outstanding or put up 70 points. Just be solid with Pettersson, because Pettersson needs that chemistry right off the bat, and we'll have to see if they, in the long term, have that chemistry. Brock Besser and Pettersson, we've tried to make that work too. Sometimes they look great, Clay, and then other times, not so much. Now, Pettersson's obviously going to be the key for this year. Obviously, the guy just put on some weight. He looks like he's skating much better, and he's clear-minded. So it's going to be fascinating to see, Clay?
Yeah, and he said the right things, right, over when he came back from training camp or to training camp. He looks the part. He had that one nice goal during. I don't worry, none of the veterans really wowed us, right, during the preseason. It was Coots, it was Lekkerimäki, it was Mancini, guys that we're going to talk about. So none of the veterans, they don't really try so hard. They're just trying to get through without getting hurt, I think, and making sure they're skating off all the rust. So I'm not worried. Again, maybe I'm a little too optimistic, but I really think PD is going to elevate his game. He has $11.6 million reasons to do so, or 11.6 reasons to do so, 11.6 million reasons to do so. And I think Besser and DeBrusk are going to come along for the ride. So all our eggs in one basket, literally, they got to produce.
And, looking at that second line, we don't exactly know how this is going to work, but you know what? Good for Baines. It looks like he has made the team, and he was one of the guys who was kind of on that bubble, I would say. But if he does play in that first game, hopefully he has a good game, because it would be nice to see. Like, the guy does everything kind of well. He just doesn't do anything outstanding, and that's kind of his game. But he doesn't, he kind of reminds me of like Tanner Pearson in a way, just the way he kind of plays. Like, he just kind of there and he does his job. So what the coaches seem to really like what he brings. So that's going to be interesting. But obviously, Clay, you look at Filipino, right? Like, that is that is such a big part to this season.
Yeah,
keeping him healthy.
Yeah.
Can he be that second line center for the Vancouver Canucks, man?
I think he can, and I think we got to take the positives out of preseason. That he got through his 3 games pretty much unscathed. He looked fine, right? He looked fine, and the fact it's more important though, more than how he looks, is how he feels. Is did he get through, and is he up for the task? I have a theory. I haven't really even addressed this on my channel. I think you're right about Baines. He doesn't have a separating skill yet. We got to see that soon, but I actually think that's Evander Kane's spot, but I don't think they can put Coots, Lekkerimäki, Baines. That is too young. That is too, inexperienced. So I think they say, okay, fine, let's put Kane, a bigger body with experience, with those 2 young guys, and then who's the next man up? I guess it's Baines, because Hoglander's hurt, right? Otherwise, would you agree that's Hoglander's spot if Baines isn't hurt?
Hoglander would be in that top 6 for sure. And and with Coots and Lekkerimäki, we'll get to them in a little bit here. Like the chemistry is off the charts. It looks like, and with Kane, it looks good. And I was just like you, Clay. Like when I originally did my lineups, I had Kane on the first line there with Edie. Now it could still happen. Like this is again, we haven't even played a game yet, so maybe after a week or two, it kind of scrambles around. But it's going to be fascinating to see how this all kind of plays out.
What's jarring? What's jarring, Jacob, is when I look at your graphic there. Kane is 34. He's almost the same age as Coots and Lekkerimäki combined at 39.
Oh my, that's wild. That's wild. There's the veteran presence needed, right?
Yeah.
Connor Garland. You know what Connor Garland's gonna do? He's gonna score 55 to 60 points. He's gonna be gritty in the corners, and he's gonna just be one of those leaders. Like there's really like Connor Garland. We love the guy. I love the guy. I'm sure you love the guy too. And you know what he's going to bring, and you can move him all over the lineup.
Exactly. Low maintenance. That's what the coaches love about him. Exactly. Good point.
Also, I forgot to mention, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. We did How Good Are the Canucks at the kind of in the off season. And we did it with Corey, the Canucks News recap guy. And then we also did one at the beginning of preseason because I wanted to see kind of building up to see how our roster is going to look like at the end. And that was with David Quadrelli, an awesome guy, joined us. And today we're doing the final one before the season. So it was like a 3-part little series here.
Love it.
And this time with the legend himself, Canucks Clay.
Just the old guy, yeah.
Are you going to sing and dance for us by any chance?
No. I got to save that for playoffs. Yeah.
And he has, by the way, a really cool 24-hour stream coming up.
Yeah, you're going to be part of it. Yeah, you're going to be part of it. Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, actually, I haven't even announced that publicly. Okay, that's fine. Everyone watching your channel, they deserve it. They deserve it. They're loyal to you. They should know that you're going to be on with me sometime during the 24 hours, but I'll release the schedule on Friday. Yes, thank you.
I just love talking hockey. I think I bugged Clay for it. I'm like, come on, just get me on. I want to talk hockey with you for another hour. No. Yeah, it's fun. That's fun. All right, so that second line is going to be Kane, Coots, and Lekkerimäki. So Coots, man, like unbelievable. What a story, huh?
Yeah, we don't need to pressure him. We don't need to rush him. And is it a result of the fact that we are sorely lacking center depth, including Bluger now hurt, as you mentioned off the top, or is it no? He's earned this on his own merit, on his own, and I think it's a bit of column A, it's a bit of column B for sure, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no excusing that, and if he wows after 9 games and forces the Canucks into a tough decision, then that's great. That's good for the team. My gut feeling, Jacob, is that he will be sent down there because there's no need to rush him unless he's like 7 or 8 or 9 points in 9 games. If he's in the 2, 3, 4 points out of 9, and it's not just about points, but I don't know about you. It's a great story, but there truly is no need to rush him. And I don't know how he's going to do in game 40, 50, 60 of a long season. Maybe he'll be fine, but he's a smaller 18-year-old kid who still hasn't grown into his body. And that might be the most popular opinion, but it's kind of the way I'm leaning.
Well, he has to go out there and show the management. I just whistled for the first time in my life, I think. That was wild. I seriously have no idea how to whistle.
Who are you whistling at?
So if Coots goes out and absolutely gives the coaches or the coaching staff just like, listen, he was so good. These 9 games are over, and he hasn't missed a beat. They have to keep him. But if he's kind of 50-50 or even 60-40, like pretty good, even a little bit better than good, I almost feel like you kind of have to work around that and send them down. But let's not forget here, Jim Rutherford had an amazing podcast. I love when Jim Rutherford speaks on interviews. He mentioned a magnitude of times, at least like 3-4 times, they're looking for another center still. I got the feeling it's going to be done within a month or two. Like, it looks like they're definitely doing something. So maybe that's going to make the decision also for the Vancouver Canucks. And who knows what could happen here with the Vancouver Canucks. It's going to be fascinating. And also Clay, like the other guy here, Lekkerimäki, like, wow. He's had an unbelievable preseason, and the physicality too, going into the corner, something we didn't see at all last year. I don't know if it's confidence, like what it is, and his shot, like, man, and he's always had a good shot, but like his shot looks real good now. Clay, what do you think, man?
Yeah, what's funny is before Brock Besser re-signed his extension, Jake, I thought that this is the Brock Besser replacement. It might not be right away. It might not be 50 to 55 points, but this eventually is going to be the blonde hair flowing, right winger that we need to replace. And then Besser extends. Okay, that's good. We like Besser, and he can do a lot. So it kind of insulates Lekkerimäki a little bit more, and I think that's a good thing. And we're seeing he doesn't have to play top line. He's listed as third line here, but whatever. He's a middle six guy for now. But I love what he can bring. And I think a lot of people wanted to see him on Power Play 1, which we can talk about later. But no, I think it's great, and I love the chemistry with Coots, and I just love his confidence. I think he had a good season last year in Abbotsford. So I'm excited. He could be an X factor, and you got to love that 918 cap it, right? Anytime you can get guys making less than 1 million that are contributors, that's awesome.
Yeah, and one of my hot takes the other day was I think your co-host there mentioned it out loud, is that I think Lekkerimäki by the 10 game mark is going to be on that top unit.
Even by that quickly, eh?
Yeah,
wow.
And he's going to hold it. I think he's going to hold it. I think he's going to score lots of goals for the Vancouver Canucks. I don't know how many points he'll get, but he will score lots of power play goals. Like, I really, truly believe that. Now, moving on to the fourth line here, we have so this is where it kind of gets scrambled based off Kelly Blueger's health, of course. So this is just, again, like, we're talking the future as well. So Aatu Ratu is going to most likely play center in the overall for this team, but he can slide on the wing too. So if Blueger is healthy, you can slide him. That's something important to mention. Sherwood, he's going to get like 10,000 hits this year, and he's going to get his 35, 40 points and everything. It's going to be great, right? For sure. And Drew O'Connor, he picked it up as the preseason went on. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of a year he has. He's fast, penalty killing kind of guy. But again, the nice thing is, like, you see the top guys. Okay, obviously you see the middle guy, and then you see it seems like everybody really has a role here to play. It's just the Lekkerimäki, like, that's the one where, like, you don't want him on the fourth line. You want him to play with more skilled players. So I like the fact that he's with Coots and Kane. I think that's going to work well. So final thoughts on the forwards here, and Carlson as well. So final thoughts on the forwards here.
Yeah, you're right. The bottom five guys there, or if you look at O'Connor, Ratu, Sherwood, Carlson, Blueger, they're a little bit interchangeable. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. You're kind of right. Your fourth line needs to be interchangeable. They need to be role players, the guys that are low maintenance, guys that will play the honest way and make the team tougher to play against. Does Sherwood do that? Oh, for sure. He's a record leader in hits. Does Drew O'Connor do that? Yeah, he's fast and he's big. Ratu, we'll see. Carlson's got some decent size and some grit around the net. Blueger is a pretty feisty guy despite his small size. So it's not the biggest, it's not the meanest group, but it is a group that is serviceable. And I think they can hold their own. I think that's the most important thing, Jake, is that they hold their own. So then the top nine, especially the top line, can do the scoring. So I'm okay with it. And Sherwood and O'Connor are guys that we've even seen on the top line. That's how thin we were at times last year. But they can be top six guys too, for spells if we need them. But I think they're more properly cast in the bottom six for sure.
And by the way, this video is sponsored by Canucks Clay's YouTube channel. Feel free to follow him and subscribe to him on all his socials. I'd really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
You like that, eh? That's pretty good.
I love that.
All right, let's get to the power play units here. So again, this is projected power play units. Looks like this is what we're going to be going with, at least to start the year.
Yeah.
So we have from Brendan Batchelor here, DeBrusque out front there. We have Kane, Besser, and Petey with Quinn Hughes in the back. So it does look like Petey's going to be on the side. We have, I guess, Besser is who's running the bumper. Do you know?
Well, the way that this is laid out, it's Besser. I kind of like the right shot on the left side that Lekkerimäki gives, that Besser gives, but Miller had a lot of success there over the past 4 seasons. He does that little wind up around the blue line. I'm not sure if Kane's going to do the same thing also as a lefty. So we'll see how this turns out. You could swap Besser and Kane, but is Kane good enough in the bumper? I don't know. Maybe they like a right-hander in the bumper. You see Besser, you see Garland, maybe so they can play off of Pettersson more than the left side. I don't know. We'll see. But the way they line it up, it looks like Besser's in the bumper right now.
Yeah, and they probably want Kane to win some board battles along there.
Good point.
Rim it around, get PD on the thing to pass to Quinn, set up something there. Jake DeBrusk, on point shots, get out front of the net. He's going to do what he does best. But they have more size there out and to win puck battles. I think that's important. With Kane now with DeBrusk there. So I think that's going to be interesting to see. At the end of the day, what we need to see is puck movement. I would like to see as much puck movement as possible. And for the love of God, the back of the net is a danger area. You could use it more. Some of the best teams in the league, Tampa, Florida, Colorado, Edmonton, they use the back of the net to set up plays, either passes or get defensemen to kind of go after them and set up something else. So I would like them to use the back, because usually you know how it was in the last year. Like, it wasn't a terrible power play, but you have PD standing in one spot. You have Quinn doing what Quinn does and just set up the slap time, or the one-timer or the tip, right? Like slap pass, right? I want to see some more creativity this year. And even entering the zone. I would like to see PD enter the zone sometimes too. It doesn't have to be always Quinn. I know Quinn is the best and awesome. He's amazing. You know, but you got to mix it up once in a while, because the defenses are going to just focus extra heavily on Quinn there. So, that's something interesting. I'm curious to see how they do it. And so far in preseason, they have done that.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah. So on the other one, we have Coots. He's getting another opportunity there. Hedl, Garland, Lekkerimäki, and Hronek. It's just that shot, right? Like, if Lekkerimäki's not going to play on that top unit, then you just do everything. And it looks like Garland can pass. Coots can pass from what I've seen. Hronek can pass. Hedl, he's kind of all over the place. Like, he's just more of a speedster more than anything. But I have seen him in this preseason make some nice passes. So, just try to get Lekkerimäki open for an absolute clapper, right?
Yes, and the way it's just the way that Bachelor type these up. So you want Lekkerimäki on the other side to utilize his one-timer, right? You don't want him stuck on the boards trying to figure out what he's going to do.
Correct.
So, and you can move there. And usually the second unit, they're not winning a face-off. They're usually coming on after the first unit has exhausted themselves. They only get their 30 or 40 seconds. So they get like one entry and then they got to do something with it. So there's enough playmakers there. Garland and Hedl can skate with the puck. So you're right. It's loading up Hronek's bomb or Lekkerimäki from the left side for sure.
All right, so let's move on to our defense now. There's really not much to say about Quinn Hughes and Hronek. And we know what we're going to expect. Quinn's going to drop 90 points. He's going to absolutely dominate, and it's going to be a battle between him and Makar for the Norris again this year. I am extremely confident in Quinn is going to just be a monster. So let's kind of go more into the talking points, because again, Marcus Pettersson, Tyler Myers, again, like, that's going to be pretty steady, I think, for a little while. So let's get into the real nitty gritty here, and that's with Forbert, the penalty killer, because he's one of the best penalty killers in the league. You have DPD there, who can play both the left and the right side, which is really important to mention. And then Victor Mancini, who just got the call up right now because of the injuries, and Willander got sent down. He's going to be playing in Abbey, getting tons of minutes. So this is our defense. And Clay, you need to go back and look at our defense from last year to start the year.
I don't want to.
This is, it's wild. Juleson, diehard,
Harney.
It is incredible on how much, just in general, this defense already looks. And we have depth as well. So, and not to mention, we have Kudryavtsev as well, who can play some minutes as well. So what do you think overall?
I like it. You're exactly right. Marcus Pettersson traded here midseason. Defensive Elias Pettersson comes up for the last third of the season. Those are two there are two midseason acquisitions that are way better than the guys that started last year, Susi, Desharnais, and Gilson. So what an improvement. Then you got the 2 young guys pushing up from the right side. I think a lot of people wanted Mancini to make the team out of camp, but we have to remember that's what the green arrow says. But all 3 of the young guys, they are waiver exempt. So you can send them down to Abbotsford, bring them up with impunity. You don't have to worry about another team taking them. And that actually gives an advantage to some veterans like P.O. Joseph, like Derek Forbert, who might get plucked off of waivers if you try and send them down. So I think that's why P.O. Joseph starts the season as number 7, although placed on IR, as you mentioned off the top. So Mancini's next man up. Verlander's young. He's only 20 years old. We haven't even seen him play one professional game yet, either in AHL, or NHL. So let him marinate for 1 year. He'll get a few games up here because you got to go at least 9 or 10 deep. But I think Mancini is more NHL ready. You probably agree. And we saw flashes of that last season and during the Calder Cup run.
And if you're wondering about our cap situation, with the person on IR, with Pierre-Olivier Joseph on IR, we have 467,865 right now with a full roster. So again, when one comes back, one's going to have to go on IR. So like we're going to have to mix and match that. And with the penalty killing here, and I agree with you, by the way, on Mancini. You know, I wanted to see him make it 2, but you got to give him minutes. You got to give him minutes, and you know, he's going to be on the main team within probably 10 games or so. There's always injuries or something going on. But I'm not going to lie. I wanted to see him make this team, but I do understand the concept of it. So penalty killing. Again, this is going to look a little different, obviously, when Bluger is black, because Bluger is one of our best penalty killers. So, and then also Forbert's one of our best penalty killers too. So I'm actually interested why he's on the second pair, maybe just to give more DPD a little bit more kind of, I guess, a veteran presence, I guess, maybe. I don't know, because the other guys have veteran presence too, so I don't know. But,
and you also got to wonder, Hronek, who, like, obviously you can't be on the power play and the penalty kill at the same time in practice. I know some people were tweeting about, what about Hronek? No, Hronek is also a good penalty killer too. So technically all the guys except, and Hughes could, but you don't want him to. Technically 5 of the 6 guys could rotate through the D for sure on the penalty kill.
And it looks aggressive. It looks like it's a very aggressive penalty kill,
which
is really, really important to mention. And also, you all know what else is important with penalty killing?
What's that?
Goaltending.
Yes, they're important.
We have Demko. He looks to be fully healthy. And Lankinen. What kind of a split we looking at here? Are we looking at a 50-50, 60-40 Demko? What are you thinking?
If we're doing starts, literally 2/3, 1/3. So whatever that math is, 42-20. No, that's not right. It has to add up to 82. Like, I'm fine with
Don't let me do math.
Yeah,
my math is so bad.
Actually, now that I say that out loud, Jake, I don't think it should be 2/3, 1/3. I think it'll be something like 50-32 or 48-34. So definitely, all things being equal, Demko should play more, but he doesn't have to play. I take that back. He doesn't have to play 2 out of every 3, but he should play 60%, which is 6 out of every 10. So yeah, I'd go 6. Yeah, I'd go 50-32 as my split.
And you know what's actually interesting that not a lot of people are talking about is,
what's that?
With this Olympic break here.
Yeah.
What if Demko makes the team as well?
Yeah.
Maybe that would actually affect it a little bit more. You can have Lankinen can get a few more starts when they come back, because maybe Demko.
But don't forget Lankinen's going to make the Finnish team though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So there goes that.
So we could both of our goalies could be Olympians, Jacob. Both of our goalies could be Olympians.
Yes, they could be facing each other.
Yeah, that's true too.
Actually, so
yeah.
I didn't look at how it's all scheduled set up on the thing, but so that's basically the team, guys. And if you guys are wondering about our draft capital here, you know, we have a first rounder, a second rounder in the 2026, nothing in the third rounder. And this could be important because this is the Quinn Hughes year. This is the Quinn Hughes year. We need to keep him happy. I would not be surprised if they start trading some of these picks, but don't be forgotten here. This is going to be a protected first rounder if they're going to do anything with these picks, because this is a stacked draft beyond words. And next year looks really strong as well. So if we're making any trades with players and defense and picks, it's going to be protected. There's no way it's not protected. I would be stunned, honestly. Right, Clay?
Yep. No, I'm with you. And it's funny, as positive and optimistic as we are, we also have to talk about protected draft picks too. It's kind of funny, right? Both ends of the spectrum for sure.
That's right. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, Clay, for for joining us, man. People love you here as well.
Appreciate that.
And go follow his amazing channel. And if you
One
guys
thought,
are-
Jacob, before we wrap
what's
up. Are you willing to give a prediction on points and position, or are you saving that for another video? Or are you willing to do it right now?
Yeah, I think I've probably already done the video.
Yeah.
I'd
love to hear it.
But I forgot what I said, but I'll just go with let's just go with the Canucks will get 90. Let's be optimistic. I'll go 98 points this year.
Oh, I love it. No wonder we get along so well. I've been saying 99, 17 games over 500. I've been saying 44, 27, and 11 this year, 99 points. So you said 98, and that's third, right? You said third in the Pacific. That's what it gets us.
I either said third or fourth, but after
Okay.
seeing the Kings and how slow they were after one game, I'm going to completely overreact and say that we're going to beat the Kings for sure.
I love it.
They're so slow, but it's just one game. I got to
Yeah.
calm down, but my God, they're slow.
I'd rather than
Colorado's just
yeah.
killing them.
Good. Fine with me.
All right.
Fine with me.
Thanks so much, Clay, for doing this, man. And you are welcome here at any time you want, man. Truly.
Appreciate it. Keep up the great work, brother. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, man.